Hey, this is Robyn Koenig with Rare Find. And if you really want to learn how to level up your life, you should be listening to the Time to Shine Today podcast with my friend, Scott Ferguson.
Time to Shine Today podcast, Varsity Squad. It is Scott Ferguson, and this is episode 91. And I'm super over the moon stoked and happy to bring you my good friend, Robyn Koenig from Rare Find. Robyn has a phenomenal story and how she's leveled up and really put herself out there to be able to help others level up. She lives over on the left coast in my favorite city in the whole wide world, San Diego, and she helps really kind of niched into the fitness businesses, but she also has coaches from other backgrounds and other aspects as well. She's mentored by someone that I super duper respect, Mr. Steve Farber. He wrote one of my top 10 favorite business parables in Radical Leap, and she is under his tutelage and others as well to help people level up. So sit back. This is like a free masterclass for you people. So take notes and just have a lot of fun because Robyn is so personable. She's so outgoing, and it was so fun to interview her. So without further ado, here's Robyn Koenig with Rare Find. Hey, time to shine, Varsity Podcast Squad. It's Scott Ferguson, and I have my friend from the left coast out here in San Diego. Listen to her first on my good friend Josh Tapp's Lucky Titan podcast. Just a fantastic interview. So I had to track her down because I wanted her contagious enthusiasm and just her nature. I want to get her out for you to listen to Robyn Koenig and her philosophy about understanding your gifts, and they are the key to using them as your superpowers. Robyn is as a professed self-improvement junkie, public speaker, and ICF certified professional coach. Robyn is an expert at combining mindset and self-confidence with intentional action to create powerful change. With more than 20 years in corporate, nonprofit, freelance, and entrepreneurship, she has a versatile and honest perspective about the path to success and roadblocks in the way. Wow, that's some serious credentials. So Robyn, welcome to Time to Shine Today podcast. Please introduce yourself, but first, what is your favorite color and why?
Hey, Scott, thanks for having me. This is so fun. Let me think. My favorite color, I would say, is pink. I'm wearing it right now. And not because I'm super girly. In fact, I have a really hard time being super girly, but hot pink, it's just, I don't know. It's like,
you rock it though. Look at you.
Thanks.
I have the dark skin, so I can pull off the pink too. And my girl's like, you got to wear your pink shirt today. I'm like, okay. But no, pink is perfect. It's royal. Pink is royal, but it's also love and in openness, which from all the vetting out that I've did on you is exactly what you are. So give us the origins of Rare Find Love. I just want to make sure I have that Rare Find Love. Give us the origins of that. Maybe even a little bit before that got you to there.
Okay, well, I'm going to try and keep it simple. So Rare Find is the name of my business. It has been an evolution in the last 3 years. So I became a coach in 2017, mostly because I lost my job. I was running a nonprofit organization for about 6 years, and I honestly didn't know what I wanted to do. I was like at a place of where I just said, what do I love to do? And what don't I want to do? I stopped. And I thought about it for a moment, and I realized I love helping people figure out solutions to whatever they're stuck with, but I didn't want to give them the answers. So I'm a mom. I've got 4 teenagers, and I feel like I'm kind of constantly that go-to person of like, hey, mom, help me with this, whatever, which is awesome. But at the same time, I really wanted to find a way to use some of my gifts to help other people move forward, get them to what they wanted to do, bring them more joy and happiness in their life. So I decided to get my coaching credentials. And then for the last 3 years, I've been navigating through finding what kind of coaching really resonates with me and the kinds of clients that I attract. So Rare Find was essentially this umbrella opportunity to say, I want to help people feel like they are a rare find in this world, whether it's in their job, their personal life, as a parent, whatever it is, that there's something very special and unique and brilliant about them that they can bring forward and make shine. So that's kind of where it came from.
Sure.
The quick little snippet about that is that the name actually came from a LinkedIn review from a mentor of mine. He's an amazing expert in leadership. His name is Steve Farber. You may have read some
Oh
of
my
his
gosh,
books.
I have his book right here. Hold on.
Okay.
I got to grab it for the screen.
Which
He
one?
lives in San Diego, and I actually stalked him down in 2007. So,
okay.
Yeah, Radical Leap and Radical Edge are two books that literally stoked me up. So,
Amazing.
Absolutely. Anyways, go ahead with Steve. Sorry about that.
So he's actually a good friend of mine. He's been a mentor of mine as well. And so I asked him to do a review for me for LinkedIn to find a job, whatever. Well, long story short, he did this amazing review. He said I was a triple threat, which I thought was so cool. I was like, wow. And he listed out the 3 things that he felt I was really good at. And given my experience, he called me a rare find. Okay. And I was like shocked. I was like, this made me feel so amazing. I want other people to feel that way. So that's actually where the name came from.
What's the triple threat?
So he called out 3 things. He said, I have a gift with data and numbers, that I have a love for the people I serve, and I have basically a warm approachability to help and support them along the way. So I didn't know those were the things that I knew I was good at certain things, but when he called them out and combined it with my experience in corporate and nonprofit and freelance, he just said I was a rare find, and I just took that really to heart. So thank you, Steve Farber.
Yeah, he's an amazing guy. And what he writes about, because I was telling you off air here that when I lived in San Diego and stuff, and I wrote my short stories that gets published in a couple months, and it's a business parable, kind of like Radical Leap and Radical Edge, and I reverted back to that, and I actually gave some homage to Steve. Fantastic human being. So what would you? Okay, so you came out of the nonprofit, and why coaching though? Because we didn't really get to that. Why did you say, oh, I'm gonna be a coach?
Yeah, so coaching, because I believe so much in the fact that we all have the ability to solve our own problems.
Sure.
We just have a lot of stuff in the way, a lot of fear, a lot of things that we feel like are going to prevent us from getting, the dream job, or getting, the relationship we want, or just being really happy. And so coaching is just a process. It literally is just a process of guiding people. I call myself, I'm the navigator, they're the driver.
I was just going to say navigator. That's what I was going to say right there.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay.
They're still in the driver's seat. So I'm not necessarily telling them this is what you should do. Like, I don't should on people, right? So I'm helping them say, okay, well, let's really look at this. Let's really understand what's going on. And honestly, it all starts with your mind. It all starts with what you believe. Right. And so the root of understanding whether you're going to do something or not do something is what you think, and that might sound super simple, but it truly is. And when you have another person outside of your life where they can actually see things differently, they can really help shine a light on those areas of opportunity without judgment, without it, making you feel like you're doing something wrong. And that's why I really think coaching is so powerful. Absolutely. There's a lot of other modalities out there that are amazing, that help people through stuff. Right. Therapy works. That's for the past. Coaching works. It's for you in the now and moving to the future.
Yeah, taking that next level, like we say, level up here at time to shine. So what then makes a great coach?
Again, removing judgment, not looking at something as, is it good, bad, right, or wrong? Meeting the client where they are. Everybody's starting at a different place, but just being very present and meeting them where they are and helping them get to whatever that next step is. And then being a really good listener. You gotta really try and pick up on certain things that might not be necessarily said, but step back and really assess what could be going on, the bigger picture. And then also looking at where they could maybe just take one little thing at a time, not overwhelming the client with too many, options, really trying to break it down for them so it's digestible and manageable, and moving them to intentional action. What are the things they can do that are actually going to have the powerful results? Not just being busy, not just here's a whole bunch of stuff to do and books to read and so forth. That they can do that DIY, but what are the things? What's one thing that they can do, and then holding them accountable.
That's amazing that you said that. Like, you're removing judgment. That's the first thing you do, even when I'm coaching. You have to remove the judgment because you don't know what their past is. And what you said about listening, you're not just listening with your ears. You're listening with their actions, their posture, their way they tone, and stuff like that. So you're really picking up on their. We're gonna get to the next question. I'm gonna talk about blind spots, but you're really picking up on those blind spots, and you're putting together a process to help them take intentional action. Did I kind of emphasize that back to you? Pretty much.
1,000%.
Perfect. Okay. So what is the secret sauce that you use at Rare Fine to help coach it or help the people you coach find their blind spots?
So first thing again is going back to the beliefs, really helping them communicate, right? And reflect on what is it that they're thinking. So there's three pieces to it. I call it the TFA Train. T being your thoughts, your beliefs, which are then connected to the feelings or the emotions that you're having, which then produce either an action or even an inaction associated. And you can't just jump from having, say, a negative belief to a positive action. It's not connected that way. And so when I'm able to look at what the action is, what's going on, what's the product, what are you producing out of this situation? Let's go back to what you're thinking. What do you believe to be true, right? Is it true? Is it the truth? Is it complete BS, right? So we joke about how we call people out on their BS.
Right.
It could stand for literally the BS, but it could also stand for their belief system. What is the belief system that they're really wrapping around? What's the story they're telling themselves? And when they start to get real about that, which is really difficult sometimes, right? To just say like, this is the story I'm telling myself. This is the belief I have. Is it really true? And is it serving you? My absolute favorite question is it serving you? Because you might be like, I am pissed off right now. I am mad about this. And this is why. And the belief that I have is this and this and this. Awesome.
Love that.
No judgment there. Is it serving you? Is it getting you what you want at the end of the day? And if you say yes, great. And if you say no, great.
Either way, you're right. And that's what Henry Ford said back in the day. Okay, so I'm at a networking event, not now because we're in day 9,625 of our COVID quarantine. But I'm back and I'm pressing some flesh. I'm meeting some people. And they're coming up to me. What am I listening for to know if someone is a good prospect, contact, or connection to introduce to Rare Fine?
Great question. Are they stuck? Are they stuck? Is there something that they really truly want that they just aren't getting, for whether they think they're not getting it for somebody else's reason, if they're putting blame out there because, COVID is preventing me from actually having higher sales in my business, or my business partner doesn't agree with my approach, right? There's something that's preventing them from moving forward in whatever it is that they want to do. Now, very specifically right now, I work with small businesses, and even more specifically in health and fitness. So my people are small business owners in health and fitness that are struggling to be focused, get organized, remove all the stuff in their way so that they can actually earn more money, work less, and spend more time with their families.
Curious about that. To follow up, how did health and fitness people kind of become your avatar? Your people that you're going after. Did you start kind of like, hey, if you're a pulse and need help, I want to help you, and then organically move that way? Or how did that happen?
So I believe so much in the fact that you attract people to the kinds of things that you enjoy in your life. So
Absolutely.
My lifestyle is very oriented around health and fitness.
Sure.
I actually discovered fitness about 10 years ago. I became an athlete. I was never involved in sports before, but at the age of 35, I discovered, what is this thing called a barbell? I can actually do that. And so I started to work out and train. I became a coach as well, a fitness coach.
Okay.
And then I started to compete as an Olympic weightlifter for 3 years.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Now that's solid. Now you're talking my language. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. How'd you do in the competitions?
I did well. I what's the word I'm looking for? Qualified. Wow.
Nice.
Qualified for nationals 3 years in a row.
Congratulations, Robyn. That's fantastic.
And it was one of those things, again, I surrounded myself with the kinds of people doing the things that I believe are part of the overall wellness and health. Optimal health, I guess,
Sure.
is really what I like to talk about, optimal health.
Sure.
And so, it's fitness, it's complementary healthcare, chiropractors, acupuncturists, massage therapy, gym owners. Those are the people that those are the people I surround myself with. So when that happens, then you start to attract people to the kinds of work you're doing and say, how can I serve you?
Gotcha. So you just pile on this. What's the kind of a secret sauce that you're using then to keep these people coming back to you? Because we all know that January 1, everyone's blah, 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 and ready. By February 10th, they're not.
anymore. So what are you doing and what are you using to keep these people on track to leveling up?
I'm actually really helping them take one step forward at a time and make sure that they're moving, right? So it's so easy to say as a business owner that these are the things that are I'm stuck with, right? I don't see this happening, and so I'm just not going to take action. And so I really, really look at what is it that's getting in their way? What kinds of habits do they have? What's missing from their business that maybe as, say a small gym owner, they started the business because they really wanted to help people work out. But let's really look at why the business exists and why do you want it to survive long term.
Love it.
And so in that industry, health and fitness, those are people that care about other people being happy, other people being well. Maybe they didn't start it because they wanted to start a business.
Right.
And that is the really difficult part, myself included.
Sure.
I started coaching because I wanted to be a coach. I didn't necessarily want to start a small business, but guess what? If I want to do what I want to do, I've got to look at the business first and work on the business in order to be in the business.
I love that. That's beautiful. So let's get in I'm blown away. This is I have like notes upon notes, and it's like I'm getting my own private mastermind class here, people, and you guys are getting it too. So let's hop in with Marty McFly. Let's get in our DeLorean. Let's go back. Let's talk to the 22, 23-year-old Robyn. What kind of knowledge nuggets from the experience you have now are you dropping on her?
Well, interestingly enough, at the age of 22, I packed up all my belongings from Chicago and moved to California with no job. And all I wanted to do was be a freelance wardrobe stylist, right?
Really?
Which I did.
Okay.
And I worked for 3.5 years as a freelance wardrobe stylist. So what I would say now is don't stop. Right. Because I did, which was an impetus for me to move into corporate world. And it got me to where I am now.
Sure.
But I remember getting to a place after 3 years, I was exhausted. I was like, I want a quote real job. And I gave up the idea that what I was doing was actually helping me, like that it was actually getting me somewhere. So I would say, like, don't stop. This is something you will absolutely pull experience from. There's nothing wrong with it. Don't put so much judgment on yourself and keep doing it.
Love it. Love it. And of course she wouldn't listen, but I'm just kidding. They never do. But, okay. So you're starting to work with somebody or not even working with them yet. You're in discovery mode with a possible new client. Is there one question that you wish they would ask you that they never do?
That's a good question. I think for the most part, I would like for them to ask me, what do I suck at?
Love it. Your weak spot. Love it.
What do I suck at? There's relatability. We all suck at something. So.
Oh my gosh. That's phenomenal. That's awesome. So you're growing. You started this about 3 years ago, the coaching business. What big, B-I-G, big thing do you want to accomplish? You're doing great things now, but there's got to be something, because with your TFA train, you are ready to ride. You're always leveling up. And that's what we are talking about here. And one thing I've noticed is you're taking the approach of inch by inch is a cinch, by the yard it's hard. So you're slowly growing this, but what's the big thing?
The big thing is to really integrate it with a bigger platform for speaking. So because that's something I do on the side as well, it's a complement, and I'm a born communicator, honestly. Like, they haven't been able to shut me up since I was, 4 years old or so. And so, so it's to really, again, bring it to life in more of a platform, because I believe in a ripple effect. I believe in meta impact. And so not just my container of my coach or my businesses that I coach and the people that I know, but really busting open that container to have a ripple effect, where what I'm doing to coach one business then has an impact on their customer base, which then has an impact on their family and the people they know. And it's creating that meta impact to say people's lives are being changed for the better. Not just because they're a business owner that does something better for their business, but they're people that are improving their life. And that's having, again, that impact beyond just coaching. So more speaking, more podcasts. I mean,
you gotta get that book out there too, Robyn. You got to get
What?
that book out there, right?
Believe me, it's on my
Yes, you'll
list.
get it done. I can't wait to read it. I want that signed copy. So let's take our cell phone, let's take our laptop, our iPad, whatever, out of this question. What are 3 things Robyn cannot live without?
Oh my goodness. My family. I mean, that's
Has to be on there. I'm hoping it's on there.
My family. I've got an amazing family, 4 teenagers, an awesome husband. And, I mean, that's number 1 for me always.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. 3 things.
We need 2 more. You can add chicken wings in there. I'm just kidding. What are you thinking?
You know what? I literally every day I have some kind of greens, and that's not to, again, shame people of like healthy living, whatever, but it's literally what lights me up. So give me something green in a blender, in a smoothie, on my plate, whatever.
I'm the same
green.
way.
I need that in my life. Fresh air.
Fresh air. There you go. And you live in San Diego, so you get a lot of that. It's funny, in my will, my ashes, hopefully it's a lot down the road, but it'll be scattered off Sunset Cliffs. So
wow.
It's already written in there. I used to go there before I would deploy to Iraq and just kind of have a night and just relax. And it's funny about my morning routine with my, I have to have my distilled water, apple cider vinegar, sea salt, pink Mediterranean sea salt, and turmeric in a lemon wedge. And I have to drink that because it resets all I have to do that. It's kind of like, those are 3 things I can't live without. I was asked that. I just totally plagiarized this question from another podcast that I was asked. And I was like, that's what I answered with. I had to have that. So that's fantastic. So what is Robyn's definition of a life well lived?
Are you happy? I mean, like, well lived meaning, is it good for you? Because I don't want to live my life thinking I'm doing it in a way that is better for other people.
Sure. That
I'm doing things to make them happy. I mean, yes, I want to serve them, but that's very different than, am I happy? Am I truly happy? So, am I doing the things every day, which could be different in a different season, right? Or season of life where it's fulfilling me. Right now in this current climate, right, economic situation, I need more alone time. I need more, going out to the beach and giving myself some fresh air or whatever.
Sure.
Like, I have to listen to myself and say, what does that mean to me right now?
It's like the oxygen mask kind of thing. It's like, put on your own oxygen mask before you can help other people. You have to serve yourself the right way to serve others. That's fantastic.
So life well lived could be different right now versus what a life well lived means down the road. But ultimately, okay, let's go, like you were talking about, mortality or what have you, but I want to leave a legacy for people and for my family, for my kids. If I feel like I've left them something to understand and do better in the world, that's my legacy. That's a life well lived.
That's awesome. That's what I always say, is that I want to serve as many people as I can. Serve myself first, take care of myself, serve as many people as I can, mentor as many people as I can, because I was told, the more people you mentor, the more immortal you become. So like you said, you want to leave that legacy, and that's what I definitely want to do that as well. So as we wind stuff down a little bit, we're going to go into our leveling up lightning round. So we have 5 or 6 questions, and you and I could talk for 15, 20 minutes on each one of them, but you got 5 seconds. So no explanations. I just want the answers. You ready?
Okay.
What is the best leveling up advice you've ever received?
Crap, I'm already down on my 5 seconds.
You lose. I'm just kidding. Take your time.
It's not about your experience. It's about what you bring to the table from that experience.
Love it. Share one of your personal habits that contributes to your success.
Coffee every morning.
Love it. That's fine. Other than your own website, robynkoenig.com, and of course, timetoshinetoday.com, my shameless plug. What is another internet website resource that you like to go to level up?
SteveFarber.com. Hello.
There you go. There we go. I love Steve. Okay, not the flavor of the week, not what you're reading now. What is your go-to book? Like mine, sorry, Steve, but it's Andy Andrews' The Traveler's Gift, because I was in a very kind of bad situation before, and that book really helped me out of it. What is your book? If someone's in the doldrums, you're handing it to them.
Right now, it's Atomic Habits. James
Love
Clear.
it. James Clear. Boom. He's coming on. I have it right here. August 11th. He's coming on my podcast. Got him live. Favorite charity or organization that you like to give time and or money to?
Hmm. I have a hard time with that, honestly, because I feel like everybody's got their own like charity, and I don't want to influence people's giving. Like,
It's for you. Remember, we're starting with you. What's one that you like that's close to your heart?
mm, you know what? I mean, silly, my own community church,
There you go.
like
Love it.
I go,
That's good.
it's my church, Daybreak Church here in Carlsbad. So that's where I like to give.
Love it. Last question. What is the best decade of music? 60s, 70s, 80s, or 90s?
80s.
There you go. It's funny. I always say 80s too. I'm 48 years old, so it's like I kind of grew up with the Rick Springfields and then the big metal hair bands too. So, boom. All right, Robyn, how can we find you?
The best way to find me would be you can go to my website, which is robynkoenig.com.
And it's a Y in the Robyn.
Y in the Robyn, Koenig.
Yep.
Instagram at Rarefind Coaching. So that's an awesome place to find me. My Facebook page is also Rarefind Coaching, and LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the bomb.
LinkedIn is it. That's how I would have found you there, but I found you through Josh because I searched through people that I think that would be great for the show and whatnot. So, and folks, all those will be in the show notes. So leave us, Robyn, please, the Time to Shine Today podcast squad. Leave us with one knowledge nugget that you want them to take with them and internalize.
Everybody has a gift, and a gift is meant to be shared. So do not hesitate to find whatever that is that's going to bring your light to shine and bring it to life. Like, do not hesitate, whether it's in your personal life, in your business, in the world. Like, do not hold back on that, because it truly can create like just the biggest opportunities for you, but also really impact other people. So
love it. So like get busy living, LIVIN, make that impact. All right, folks, thanks so much for tuning in. You guys just had a masterclass, mind-blowing with my friend here, Robyn Koenig, Miss Triple Threat, who's great with data, love for people, and is approachable. She talked about let's make and meta impact. Let's go crazy. Let's keep the ripples going. Take intentional action, and always know if what you are trying to do is serving you. Ask yourself that, and don't forget about the BS, the belief system, where your belief system is, and hop on the TFA train, the thoughts, feelings, and actions. So we all have the ability to level up. Sometimes you need to push and to help you solve the process, and Robyn is fantastic at that. She obviously levels up her health. She levels up her wealth. She's humble, yet super hungry. And now you're part of our squad, Robyn. Thank you so much for coming aboard.
Thank you, Scott. It was so much fun. I really appreciate it.
Awesome. Have a great day. Hey, thanks so much for listening to this episode of Time to Shine Today podcast. Proudly brought to you by Sutter & Nugent Real Estate Excellence, who can be reached at 561-249-7266 and online at www.sutterandnugent.com. If you are a business owner or professional who would like to be interviewed on Time to Shine Today, please visit timetoshinetoday.com/guest. If you like this episode, please subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or wherever you get your podcasts. There's a link in the show notes to our website. Also there, you will see our recommended resources. We hope that you will support our show by supporting them. If you like what you've been listening to, it'd be great if you could just give us a 5-star rating and tell your friends how to subscribe while you're at it. I'm your host, Scott Ferguson, and until next time, let's level up. It's our time to shine.